Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another installment of the State of FEH Podcast. We are on our 44th installment now. I'm your host, DTM, and I'm joined by Oblivion and Joel from Pheology as always. How are you two doing this fine evening?
I'm doing okay. It's been a bit of a crazy month and a half of FEH. Got all kinds of stuff happening from like year one units resurrecting to the end of an era. So it's, it's a lot to talk about.
Yes, a lot indeed. How are you doing, Joel?
I think you have to describe this as a roller coaster. Like there have been weird highs and very weird lows. And I mean, we're recording this as Path of Radiance gets announced on the NSO. I mean, that's just amazing. But yeah, then we had Tempest Trials, taken away. So I ups and downs.
Yeah. Because of the holiday season, obviously we didn't have the time to do our normal cadence of regular installments, but we're here and we definitely have a lot of things to talk about. And I think we can start by just flashing back 1.5 months ago when we were all naive and on hopium about the mysterious New Heroes banner that appeared at the end of November. It turns out it is the CYL Harmonics, the first of what I presume to be an ongoing yearly tradition where we have the CYL 1 winners paired up and just, I guess, refresh for the modern day. And I guess I'm curious, was this something y'all were expecting? And what are your thoughts on the concept overall?
I mean, if you would have told me that Brave Ike was going to be meta again in 2025, I would not have believed you. So
True.
It's definitely not the way I originally thought. I'm pretty still mixed on the idea. I think the idea is kind of cool in a sense because you're like doing like an homage to like these old, very popular units. Mm-hmm. But I think at the same time, you're kind of undercutting the idea of what CYL really was meant to be. Like, we really wanted our old units to be really good again, not to resummon the units. Like we're actually getting alts of alts, right? Like, think of it that way. That's crazy, right? So I think it's cool in some ways, but also like, I don't know. Like, it's kind of scary in a different way where it's like, man, we really are running out of ideas that we're giving harmonics of old Choose Your Legends units now.
I don't know. I feel like this is more pushing towards nostalgia, and that's where we're at with the game. Like we've seen a couple deep dives now on the financials because everyone is kind of panicking and when is end of service. And I mean, the TLDR it's not for a bit. Although, I mean, the game is waning. There's no doubt about that. But what we have left is a game with still a solid player base, but not a growing one. And so This is, going back to, the roots of CYL and saying, hey, remember this. There's been a lot of complaints over the last couple months, and I think a lot of them were warranted. I think people overreacted on this one a bit, and I completely get what Oblivion is saying. And yes, we wanted to be able to use our old Brave Ike, but I like this. I think this is fun, and I think this is a neat nostalgia push.
Well, I, for one, will take a stand against this because IS has once again chosen to shaft Lucina. Like, we literally hadn't gotten a single Lucina ult last year. That is actually crazy to me. And
you know what?
Once again,
DTM, you're right. It is a blasphemy because it should not have been Lucina. It should have been Reinhardt. It should have been a Reinhardt and Lynn harmonic. Should have brought it back to year one, but they didn't. They put Lucina there, and that's just a sin, right? Lucina should have been with Ike, and then Roy
actually
should have been thrown in the abyss.
Lucina should have actually been with Ike. Like, the bike.
That's what they should have done.
Brave Lucina days.
Oh my god. If they would have done a harmonic with Reinhardt and Lynn and Ike and Lucina, people would have been so much more happy, I think.
Yeah.
It's once again
who cares about Roy?
Where they need to hire Oblivion. Whoa. Because that's a fantastic idea. Like,
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's it right
you
there.
heard here first that Oblivion was willing to shaft Roy for this idea. So
just give Roy a different ult. It's fine. Like, you know what I mean? Like, where's that Emblem Roy I've been talking about for like 8 months now? Where is he?
Here's why I don't want Roy to get another alt. The boy
gosh.
has suffered too much.
He needs
They refuse to give him a good alt.
He has to have a redemption arc. Like there has to be a redemption arc for Roy. Like that.
Are they
need that.
capable of that? Is that possible?
Just give him like 99 flat DR. It's fine.
Don't worry. I'm sure Emblem Roy will eventually arrive will be good. Surely they won't Emblem leaf him. Surely.
That's a whole other discussion we'll probably have later because like the emblem situation is completely out of whack.
That is
now.
true. But yeah, we'll definitely need to talk about that later.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. In all seriousness, though, I actually do really like this. I think Satoshi and I were like probably the happiest of the people when we were reacting to the CYL banner because I know for me, it's like what you said, Joel. I love how it was like harkening back to the CYL 1 era. And as someone who wasn't actually there, and like reacting with Satoshi who was there, it was really cool to basically sort of witness what it was like and the reactions around that. And I do think the implementations of these units are really, really cool. Like unit design wise, like they're all basically refreshes of the old units. Like they kept the core, but just modernized them with the new mechanics that we have today. Like, I mean, Ike is still a tank, Lin is still a ranged threat, but the upgrades that they got were really nice. And yeah, I don't know. I personally really like it. So I understand like people were like sick of another Lin alt. I mean, all I'll just say is that, you know, if Lin didn't sell, we wouldn't be seeing her this often. So, yeah.
That's true. That's true. Definitely.
Hey, Shadow's Lin is different from regular Lin, remember?
stop.
I mean,
Oh,
she's a
right,
horse.
right. Exactly.
Oh man.
They are targeting different demographics. One is for the
Yeah,
FE7 fans, and others are for the UMA fans. You know?
Oh, I was gonna say furries and sure, we can go with that. I mean, I don't know. Like, I do like the idea. Like, obviously, I plus 10 Ike because I'm a massive Ike fan. Brave Ike for me is like one of the like my favorite periods, probably my favorite period of the game. I love that period of the game. But at the same time, like I said, like that weaponizing of nostalgia is a little bit painful. I think the good news is that we get to have Brave Hector as meta maybe again next year, which is pretty cool. Like, I'm down for that. But the idea that like we're also gonna have Gatekeeper in front of Marth is kind of like, I don't want that.
Yeah, this opens the precedent for other combos. Like, I know Edelgard and Lysithea is one that is pretty hype.
Yep.
Because that's
Yeah.
like exactly, and is very thematic. Some of the other pairings are weird. Like Gatekeeper and Marth is going to be really weird. Well, was it Sharena and Balder, was it? Or is it Sharena? Yeah, Sharena and Balder.
Yeah, Sharena and Balder.
I guess that will fit, yeah.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of weird ones, to be honest. And also, like, the people who get to be in the front and who people are in the back will also probably cause people to be angry too, like it did with you, Lucina. So I could see that definitely being. But the same thing is, like, that's probably years away. They're only gonna do one a year, right? So
Right.
realistically, we probably see Hector for sure. And like year 3, who's year 3? Alm and Ephraim?
And F.
and
no.
then Micaiah and
Alm and Elliewood, I want to say, right?
Yeah, Micaiah and
That's what I
Micaiah
meant. That's what I
and
meant.
Camilla.
Yeah, Elliewood. Ephraim's with Hector. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dimitri and Claude would be fun.
Return Claude. Once again, Claude doesn't get a preference skill. Let's go.
I think.
But yeah, it'll be fun.
Oh, adult Tiki over female Byleth is interesting.
Ooh.
Ooh, that has some potential with like Sothis ties and
does.
stuff.
We'll see. They're gonna turn it into Young Tiki. It's gonna be like Byleth in the front somehow, and Young Tiki's like on her back. And you're like, how did that make sense? I asked, and they're like, because we wanted it.
Yeah. But yeah,
My prediction is they don't do this yearly though. I think we get more throughout the year. At least one other.
Yeah, I forgot who it was, but someone said that it was gonna be a monthly thing, which hasn't been the case so far. We didn't get one in December, but like I'm very afraid of it being even like a quarterly thing.
Right. I'm fine if it's biannual. Like I could handle that.
Twice
but
a year,
any more than that, it's quarterly. I think that's too much.
Mm-hmm. Another thing that I think that has to be brought up with this is the timing. I think if the timing of this was better, people would have been more hyped. The fact that it was like right after the book ends and we got this 2-week break and everyone was like, including us, which is like speculating on what it's going to be. You know, it's going to be some crazy hype thing. And then we got that. I think if they would have done this for the anniversary, it would have got a way better response, right? Because then it actually feels like a celebration because it's like timed correctly. With this, it was just like a random banner in November. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was surprised because we were thinking they might do something special for like CYL 10 or maybe the next CYL, and like releasing this when CYL 9 I think is going on would have been like super hype as like a celebration sort of thing. But in the current time slot, it is really random, and there seems to be no sense to it other than this is the end of the book, I guess. But yeah,
I don't know.
So basically what we've said is any other time, but when they did it would have been great.
Yeah, because I feel like November's a pretty dead month typically. Like the only thing you're really excited for there is ninjas, right? Which was super underwhelming in my opinion this year. But like, I think if you did like anniversary, half anniversary, you know, something like that, that would have been really cool. CYL anniversary, like something, I don't know.
Even the banner before
I do think the units are
CYL,
fun.
or the Golden Week banner, or there's
Golden
a
Week.
ton of other places.
Yeah, Golden Week typically has CYL reruns.
Yeah.
But I guess talk about the actual units themselves.
Right.
I've been playing with Ike a lot. Ike's been a blast. He's really fun. He has some weird weaknesses. I'm really waiting for like a scowl bonus. Like currently we only have like a scowl debuff, which I don't love. So if we can get a scowl bonus for Ike, I think he's gonna be like just completely ridiculous. Because he's kind of weak to one shots, like from like Comet and stuff like that. But for the most part, he survives a lot of stuff. And the harmonic skill is pretty fun. He has like, it's not exactly a ninja harmonic skill, but it's close. Like in most situations, it's a ninja harmonic skill, which is cool. So I've been having a blast with him, but I really haven't played with Lynn all that much. So have you guys had any like fun with Lynn?
I tried her out in Summoner's Duels S specifically, and unfortunately, I don't know if it's just me because apparently all my units suck, but Harmonic Lynn was like missing kills left and right when I most needed it. And again, Lynn's apparently just hate me, but
Let's say that Lynn hates you.
even though like I'm like the biggest defender of having multiple Lynn ults or something, this is how she treats me.
I'm finding the exact same thing though, and I crunched the numbers on it honestly, and I mean on paper she should be a really amazing unit, and I'm finding that she's good, and that's I thought she was going to be better than that.
Right.
That's what I've been kind of. I used her in SDS and she was fine. Like she killed stuff, not like the most difficult things to kill, but she killed stuff. I do like her style. I think her style is really fun.
It is really fun. Yeah.
Like for me, she really doesn't pop off unless I have like favor or like Crom and favor or something like that, right? Like I was giving her essentially a ton of true damage buffs. Yeah, and that's where she really pops off.
Yeah, she needs quite a bit of true damage support from like favor or alternative sources, from what I've gathered, because like just unsupported, she's not getting through the current tanks that we have right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think the other thing is she like brought some pretty cool fodder too. Like Ike and her brought interesting fodder with patience and execution breath. I guess execution breath really isn't interesting. That's not the right word. Powerful maybe is the correct word. Like it's just a really good B skill. But when it comes to Ike, like patience is really interesting. Essentially, you're getting a way to get around no follow up by using potent follow up attacks, which is cool. I think the only problem is like the speed condition. Like it's cool and bad, right? Because like it's cool because it's just an easy condition. It's just 30 speed. But at the same time, like if you're a slow unit, 30 speed's a lot of speed. We're out here.
Not a lot of tanky units have 30 speed. Yeah.
But it's not just 30 speed. Like you want 30 speed, but you don't really want to double with it. You really want to hit with the potent hit at full bore. So it's a weird one. It fits a lot of the armors though. I like it there.
My problem is just like finding armors who have 30 speed. Like FOMO, I think we were talking about that. Where like I have to give FOMO like everything and give him a speed IV, which I'm like, do I really want to give FOMO a speed IV? But you know, I'm not Satoshi, so I'm like.
I put it on Edelgard in the. I guess it'll release by the time this hits, but in the revival banner, and in order to do that for Fallen Edelgard, I had to Super S supporter. To S plus. Yeah, and then you just hit 30, and I'm like, oh my god, what am I asking people to do here?
Crazy builds, I guess. Yeah.
It's kind of fun to do. I think that's like one of the cool things about Fire Emblem Heroes is that you can always do these crazy builds. Like you can really tailor your unit to do nonsense they're not really meant to do.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The only thing I want to mention on Execution Breath, and I keep forgetting this exists and it keeps surprising me, that foe cannot recover HP during or after combat is kind of a big deal. And it sneaks under the radar because it's like that last little sentence there. Right. It's very, very good.
If they put like the anti-miracle, like that would have actually been the most broken thing ever.
Yes.
Like,
yes. It's a good thing they didn't, honestly.
Yes, I think so too. It's very nice though. It's cool to see burn damage come back and like in a small way. And I'm gonna jinx this by saying that because like next banner is gonna have like freaking Duo Leon 3. Like, oh my gosh. So hopefully not Elias. Let's stay with the 7 the 7 burn damage.
Yeah,
that is plenty. It's a nice little like cherry on top of the cake. We don't really need like a whole buffet or whatever. So.
But yeah. I think we've. Oh, go ahead.
One more thing, Vanitas.
Yes, I was about to say, I think we've completely forgotten about Vanitas in our discussion.
I didn't forget. I mean, I didn't want to talk about her.
She's better than you think. I'm not going to sit here and say she's like meta breaking, but she keeps on sneaking up on me in weird ways. I've seen a lot of her. I've seen her used a lot on defense, and she's like. She isn't defeated by the things that I think she's going to be defeated by, and then she is defeated by the things that I think she was going to just get. Anyway, it's weird. She's an interesting unit. I'm not going to say she's good, but she's better than you think she is.
I wouldn't know. Mine's +9 and I've never used her.
Whoa.
I literally didn't even put skills on her until you just reminded me that I had her.
The only times I've encountered Vanitas is in like SD favor and sometimes very rarely in ARD. But in both of those times, I don't feel she's that much of a threat. Obviously, she's really, really tanky, but I mean, young Camilla generally could just do it. Which is like kind of like the low bar we have, I guess, or high bar we have.
That's crazy. That's crazy. The only time I ran into her was in Kingdom Hearts, so I don't know.
I think it was Tacho's defense. Tacho used her, and I was really surprised at how well she did.
I see.
Maybe I'll actually use her. I mean, I'm probably just gonna use her as a fodder bank, which I'm trying to give her like pair up or something like that. But I don't know if I'll actually use her in combat ever. But maybe.
There's a lot of things I wish she could inherit, and dragon armors aren't as versatile as I'd like them to be.
Yeah, dragons are just really suffering,
Same with beast too. I mean, you just got Morv. What are you talking about? It's a peak armored, dragon, super good. Definitely amazing.
He's saying that while looking at Arcane Outburst, which is actually a really good inheritable weapon.
It's really good nice. One. These new arcane weapons are kind of cracked. Like, we'll talk about the other two later, but like all these new era of arcane weapons are nuts.
Thank God. We needed better ones.
Thank God, yes. Exactly. Because the year before, they were bad. They were so mid.
Yeah. Well, that was the game, right? Whenever a Refine came out, is this better than an Arcane? And I mean, now it's at least not a bad thing. It's about as good. Well, that's not the worst thing.
Right. Definitely.
Yeah. But yeah, very, very surprising banner. I guess we'll see how often we'll have these CYL Harmonics as we look into the future. But it is interesting that they decided to close off Book 9 for this. And in Usher Book 10, the onset of Ragnarok with a new type of hero, which is really, really soon after Entwined Heroes got released. I think I want to say September-ish. Yeah, September. Which is a really, really quick turnaround. We got Chosen Heroes with Chosen Alfonse as our first representative of that type of hero. I guess just starting with Alfonse, what are your thoughts overall on Alfonse getting his upgraded fit and him as a unit?
I'm going to be a negative Nancy, so you can go first, Joel.
Okay.
I like this unit. I like what he does. I think it makes Arena a little more versatile. It makes your builds more versatile, really. I keep on bringing up the example. I was running Shez at +0, and CJ bonked me on the head for not putting an AoE on him. And I was like, oh, I just pair him up with Alfonse. I throw an AoE and reposition, and then I'm good to go there. It's a fun way to go, and I think I like it. And especially that it's okay to just have them at +0. Like the myth that you need to +10 these units is just not there. As a unit, I like him, but I like him in Arena. I don't know that he really contributes all that much elsewhere, although I did crush Infantry Pulse's defense with my Alfonse. Just don't tell him.
Don't worry. I'll censor it.
Just don't let him listen.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Should I go or you want to go?
I mean, I guess I can go if we're going to leave the worst for last. Is that how it works?
I guess so.
I mean, I like Alfonse. I also like the Chosen thing. Like Joel said, it just makes like Arena building a lot more flexible, in my opinion. Like you don't have to get all the 300 or 400 SP skills. You can actually run what you want. You don't need the upgraded positionals to run repo or whatever. And it just makes things a lot more flexible and just feels a lot nicer to have that. I was thinking about like having Alfonse at +10 and then you could just have like a +0 young Camilla just hopping around on your Arena team to make life easier. Which is something you can do, obviously, and that would be a good usage of that. But as you said, Joel, you don't necessarily need to have Chosen Alfonse at +10 to actually get value out of Alfonse. And especially since we got him for free. Obviously, this will not be true for other Chosen heroes. But this is just a really, really nice quality of life sort of thing for Arena. And one of the biggest aspects of Arena that I've always hated was the restrictions on build. The build has to score well, and Alfonse does help with mitigating that. And so, yeah, I personally really like the Chosen mechanic. And also, I like that Alfonse finally got his upgraded outfit. After Legendary Veronica, it was time for Alfonse to get his fair share. And yeah, he looks great. And we can talk about Alfonse as a unit later. I'm not that high on him, if I'm going to be completely honest. But it's fine.
Poor Alfonse. Okay, let's go. So here I am reacting to the Book 10 trailer, right? I see Alfonse as our free unit. And I think finally IS has learned their lesson. It is time to get free-to-play, our free-to-play unit to be finally upgraded to be great. And instead we get Legendary Alfonse 2. That's what we get. Like, is it bad? No, not necessarily, but it's just not what I think we needed at the moment. That's my problem with it, right? We could have literally taken our day one Alfonse, Trina, and Anna and gotten Chosen versions of them, and they could have been our free-to-play units, right? And yes, we can argue that maybe Chosen Alfonse isn't like the most cracked unit ever, but you can't argue that he's not better than base Alfonse, right? Like he's meta viable to an extent. And I think this was our chance to have that, right? To have our Alfonse actually replaced with a usable, powerful unit. We didn't get that. Instead, we got Legendaries too. And I do think there are some nice things about Legendaries too. Don't get me wrong. Like you were saying, you know, having more flexibility in your build, helping your score to an extent, right? Like it doesn't fix everything, but it helps a little bit. But it just, like, to me, that's not what we needed at the moment, right? Like, we needed something different. We needed a new game mode. We needed so many other things. And getting a small quality of life for Arena that only really affects one season and isn't even fully usable without max merging, right? Like, you can use it, But like to get the full actual use of it, you need to have plus 10 Alfonse, right? I don't love that. I don't love it. Like, it's not bad, but it's just not what we needed at the moment. And I really wish that this was just our new free-to-play unit, where you're a new player, you come in, all your quests that say use Alfonse, you use this Alfonse. When you go to Arena for your bonus unit every, 3 weeks, it's this Alfonse, right? And then we'll talk about this too, but like, originally these units didn't work in Ether raids, right? Like, they didn't work at all.
Yeah.
And it literally took the community complaining to IS for them to change that. Now, they changed it in a great way, right? Like, in a fantastic way, they changed it. They added some benefits to it that we weren't really expecting, which is nice. But the fact that it just didn't work for a whole month in Ether raids, just because they didn't think people were going to want it, I guess, I'm not really sure. That's crazy to me. And so I do think there is good and there is bad, but it's just not exactly what I want, right? And for me, I think we're at the 10th book, and when you have a game that's not technically 10 years old, but you're 10 books in, like, this is your big chance to transform the free-to-play, the new beginner, experience, and this would have been a perfect chance to do it, and they really didn't take advantage of that. Mm-hmm. And I think that's even more the case because Joel will be talking about this, I'm sure. We got the Sharena, right? We got, is it a Toon Sharena? No, it's Entwined, right?
Yeah.
Entwined Sharena. So we have Alfonse with a really cool outfit. We have Sharena with a really cool outfit. We don't have Anna, but no one cares about Anna, so we can use Veronica. Like, they could have not put Sharena on a banner, and they could have had Alfonse and Sharena and I guess Anna or Veronica or whatever on this banner, and they could have been our new free-to-play 3 heroes, and that would have been the best 10th book anniversary gift ever. But they didn't do that. Instead, they sold it to us, right? Like, it's just, I don't know. For me, it doesn't hit the mark, right? Like, it's not terrible, but it doesn't hit what it needs to be for a book 10, right? Book 10's a big thing.
And I think this is why the perception of Alfonse was so bad. If we're looking at Alfonse in a vacuum, I think Alfonse is just fine. And I think he's actually a good addition to the game. If we're looking at what we needed, we absolutely needed more from that Fae channel. That was supposed to be a big deal, and it was not. And that is a very, very good point.
Yeah. And then they have the art. That's the thing, right? And like, even in the story, we're using Chosen Alfonse and Entwined Sharena now. Like, that's their art they're using. So why don't we get to use these units as our free-to-play units? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, it's not that... Yeah, I mean, like, you could have still had people pull on the banner. Like, you could have given a +0 Sharena, Alfonse, and Veronica or Anna or whatever. People would have still pulled on that banner. Especially if you told them those are your new free-to-play units for AR and Arena. People would have +10 those units so quick. Like, you could have made so much money off of that while being generous, right? Like, that's a double win. Yeah. I just don't get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think, yeah, basically agree. I don't know what they were thinking when it originally didn't work for Ether raids. Like, I thought it would just like work as basically any other legendary. Like, it would work in season. That's how it's always worked. Like, that's what we expect. I'm pretty sure that's what IS expected when they like introduced Ether raids and had like legendaries work in season. So it's a very, very weird exclusion that they decided to do and eventually reversed. And I really want to like get into, I guess, the board meetings that they had during that era to really understand like what their thought process was, because there's no way they wouldn't have known it would have gone over horribly, right? And so, yeah, I just don't know.
I don't know. Exactly. Like it's either they have some kind of like agenda they're trying to push, or they're actually just that stupid, which is more scary to me. I'd rather them have an evil agenda than being that stupid that they thought that it would go over well, right? Like,
or no one's at the helm with a single vision for the game, and that's what it more feels like for me. Like, you want someone in charge who has a vision for where this is going, and it doesn't feel like we have that right now.
Yeah, that's why I was when you put the Fates leader in charge. Just saying again. But yeah, I think Alfonse as a unit, I guess we'll talk about that a little bit, right? I think he's actually pretty cool. I don't think he's like obviously the perfect unit, but he's really cool. I love that he has momentum. We finally have, another option for not momentum. Oh my gosh, Sigurd brain. Gallop.
Yes.
We still haven't gotten momentum.
Yep. I was about to say, wait a minute.
Oh, Gallop though. Gallop on the infantry unit's pretty cool. The fact that he has a brave weapon's really nice. And the fact that he's getting Gallop in a meta where we have so much, bonus stealing and bonus copying and stuff like that means that even if he isn't like an all-star unit, he does have a place in the meta, which I think is awesome.
Yeah, like I think I called him an Alphador merchant at one point in the reactions. But like unironically, one of his best roles is just to give Gallop to Alphador so that he can give it to someone else, like Harmonic Lin, for example, just to have like Omega range. And so just him having Gallop as an infantry is really, really cool. I've also found him to be a really good with Mythic Lin, enabling him to have the 2 style, so he actually has a capable range compared to the other large range units we have currently. And it allows him to basically play that nuking style a lot more effectively. Because I think even with Gallop, without the 2 range style, he does suffer from not being able to have the maneuverability that he really needs, or like the range that he really needs to actually nuke properly. And so giving him the 2 style actually benefits that a lot. And I did see a lot of use of that in this last Summer's Duel season, especially with the captain skill betterment. It just so happened to work perfectly. I wonder who could have made that. But yeah, like obviously I'm not as high as some of the Omega Alphonse fans are. It was a joke that he was basically Brave Alphonse 2.0, essentially. But, I think he's decent. He's not, like, absolutely amazing. But you can definitely make him work, for sure.
I think that's actually a good comparison to say that he's Brave Alphonse 2.0, but I think they've learned how to do him better. For instance, the implementation of Great Talent is so much better on this unit than it was on Brave Alphonse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's much better than Brave Alphonse, just overall. Like, I mean, he is obviously an updated version as well, but like, the Brave is very nice. The fact that he doesn't have conditions that try to stop him from braving, which are good too. I like the unit. I like the fit. I like everything about it. Just, not the chosen aspect, I guess, or everything else. I think the other thing is, like, we got entwined and then chosen. Like, they could have just cut out entwined completely and just done chosen. And I think I would have been a lot better off with that as well.
Yeah. They could have just, like, have both Alphonse and Sharena on this banner and have chosen. And then I guess Raphael could just, like, cameo in the September banner or something.
That would have been so cool, because like you could have had a banner where you have, let's say, 3 chosen units. They're 3 different seasons, and then you could like invest into this banner and actually have like a really cool arena core. You know what I mean?
Why are they giving us asset heroes that they're only releasing once a year? I don't. I'm a little confused on this, and we'll talk about a little more on that here in a bit when we get to Seiko Stones. But it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah,
I think they're just throwing darts at the wall and trying to see what sticks. What makes us money, right? Like that's what they're going for.
Again, there's no one at the helm with a vision right now. I don't see it.
Yeah.
Same.
Speaking of asset heroes, we do have other heroes on this banner, including Rearmed Lysithea and some. I guess it's fair to say less popular Three Houses characters in terms of like Lorenz, Ignance, and Raphael. Sorry to any fans of those characters, but it's the truth.
Dude.
I mean, it might be harsh, but that doesn't make it any less true.
No, I agree. I think they're like the 3 least popular characters from Three Houses. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I feel like.
No, there's no way. Raphael actually has some fans.
Who's less popular, though?
Which that actually sounded terrible when I said it, but that's
it's like a backhanded compliment.
Dang.
Man.
I don't so much mind that they're less popular. I mind that they are clearly not as loved in the design frame as the other 2 units on this banner. Anyway, it's Alphonse and Lysithea. It looks like they took some care there. Ignatz and Lorenz, I don't know what they were doing.
The amount of effort was proportional to the amount of fans they had, I guess.
Oh man! At least Lorenz isn't in a Speedo again, so that's
true.
Absolutely.
I wish there was some more popular characters so Satoshi could be more beta into summoning. I can't believe he managed to survive. I was so hoping this 3 houses banner would finally do it, even with like him changing the deal in between. It's fine.
I do think this Lysithea is pretty good. Like, I don't think she's like cracked or broken or anything, but for like using an arcane weapon, it's pretty solid overall.
Mm-hmm.
She's more bulky than she looks, which is pretty nice, and she can hit some pretty high numbers with that X equals A plus B. You know, 'cause we always need that.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I never tried this out. Medeos didn't get the summon on this, but he had this crackpot theory where he could get 99 flat DR out of her. And yeah, it was, you know how these things work. I mean, it's kind of a spam showcase, but still, the fact that you're able to do that is kind of fun.
Definitely. And we got Conjuring Breath, which is the opposite of Execution Breath, so quickly, which was really nice as well. And it's on an Inheritance Bank, which is like, oh my gosh, just like being able to dupe that is insane, especially because we also got a new special too. I'm not like super high on logic, but it's decent. You know what I mean? It's not bad.
Yeah, it's decent. I don't think it's necessarily what you summon for. I think the special you summon for these days is like Comet, because Comet is like extremely powerful. But you know, it's nice. And yeah, like Lysithea is also a pretty good unit. Not meta by any means, but she's definitely one of the most powerful nukes I would imagine we have, and is deceptively bulky. I think her main issue is the fact that she doesn't really have that much range. She's like an infantry ranged unit without any extra movement, no gallop, no warping, no nothing. So in these days, when you have like Young Camilla, Aided, and Ninja Yunaka, the quote-unquote magic Yunaka we'll talk about later, it's unfortunately she's not as easy to actually get her to get in and attack someone with. And this is even before counting the corn rings and all the ice that we have. And so I think that is what is sort of setting her back, at least when it comes to like Summer's Duels usage and that sort of thing.
That's so funny. See, I never expected to use her for anything. So the thing that sets her back to me is Creation Pulse. I'm like, on a fodder bank, you put Creation Pulse? Like, this is an old skill here. Give me something better in the sea.
Oh, man. They're like, we already gave you enough. That's all you get.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, I think she's okay. But yeah, I think Alfonse is definitely the thing you're pulling for if you're pulling the banner, right? So.
Right. Yeah. Is there anything to discuss about Ignatz, Raphael, Lawrence, besides that they're here? Okay.
No.
Really
I mean, Ignatz has a preference weapon. I literally don't remember what it does because it wasn't great. So I was like,
right.
Oh, okay. Next.
All I remember was that it wasn't great, which says something.
When on the is it better than a rearmed skill or the weapon, you have to say kind of, then it's a new unit. Just move along.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, and we will move along to the next banner on that note, which is the Winter Banner, celebrating the holidays as always, with some actual good units like Winter Ivy, Winter Sather, Winter Alfred, who apparently is actually super cracked. Like,
yep.
I was not expecting that when I initially reacted to this banner, but like Winter Alfred is crazy strong, especially against units like New Year's Balder, which we will talk about in a bit. But being able to win that New Year's Balder matchup is extremely, extremely good and powerful. Just being a very, very good tank in general. Is he our best tank right now, or is there anyone you think is better?
I think it depends on the. Well, are you talking about saves or just general tanks?
I guess both.
I don't know. I think he's good in like melee matchups, but like when it comes to mage matchups, I haven't had any problems with him. He just explodes. So, like I was doing SD and I was running into him and I was like, I am struggling to kill this guy, and I used Alpha Door and I just Lin ringed him against the ring and he just exploded into pieces. So I feel like he's really strong in specific matchups, and those matchups are meta right now, so it makes him very strong.
Yeah.
And the support that we're getting from a lot of other units really helps him. Like Frozen is really good when paired with him.
Frozen is so good. Oh my god. And we've gotten 2 options of it recently, which is crazy. Like, it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
That was what I didn't expect. When I looked at him, I didn't expect how the support that was in the current meta was going to really meld with what he does. And I mean, Hardy Bearing, we already knew that was good.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Drag Hardy Bearing. Oh.
And I think it's also good that he can just tech into being a physical save in the current meta, because there's not a lot of like high threatening magic nukes that are like that prominent. Like, obviously we have Freya, we have Celica, I guess. We have Alfador, Ivy, and Heimdallr, although Heimdallr and Alfador aren't necessarily the nukes you go towards. So Alfred being able to just stick into that physical save niche makes him like really, really strong in the current meta when it comes to SD, because like, again, like most of our threats are physical right now.
Yep.
If you think about like Baldur, Byleth, that sort of thing. And so, yeah. He's very, I guess, anti-meta would be the best word to describe him, at least in SD.
I think that's an excellent way to say that. Mm-hmm. And the problem with that is, like, do you tell someone to summon for an anti-meta unit? I mean, it's tough.
Mm-hmm.
I think if they're like hardcore, right? Like, I would not recommend this to a general player, but if you're like hardcore rank 1 grinder, then yes, then you pull for it, right? Because you're going to be able to use it effectively.
Mm-hmm.
Also, he's so weird because he uses Shield Fighter in his meta build. You don't even use pair up. You use Shield Fighter, which is like, what? Yeah. We haven't seen Shield Fighter in so long. Yeah. Like, since it came out pretty much. Or like, not really, since like early in the beginning of the year. But still, like, it's nuts. But yeah, it's just, the game is in such a weird way. It just rotates like around with skills and like units.
Yeah. I mean, I guess to a certain extent, that's somewhat like how all games sort of do. Like in League of Legends, we basically rotate around a core cast of meta units.
Right, that's true.
But yeah, Shield Fighter coming back was not on my bingo card, but I'm glad. I like Shield Fighter as a concept, and
I do too.
I'm sad that Freya sort of like put the niche on that, or the kibosh on that, but yeah.
Yeah, Freya.
We also had Winter Ivy, who I thought would be like the best unit on this banner. After probably like around 2 weeks or so, have your perceptions on Ivy changed since you initially reacted to her?
It's about the same, I'd say. She's pretty solid. She's not like game breaking by any means, but she's pretty solid, and I have a lot of fun with her. I have her paired up with Ike, so Ike goes in, and Ivy's like her, like she's like the giving the cover fire essentially for Ike to go in. So, and it works really well. She like what I thought though, like she could be kind of squishy, so that's like her problem. Like if she's pretty reliant on that miracle, so if they have a way to get around that miracle or like to like brave through that miracle, she explodes, right? So that's like the big problem with her. But she is a fun unit. Like I have a lot of fun with her.
I think what we've seen is that Miracle just isn't as good as it used to be. Like, you need Valley levels of Miracle for it to really do what it used to. And I'm not going to call this unit bad, because this unit is absolutely not bad, but she is... I thought she was going to be a little better in the nuke department, and I'm finding she is, like you said, just a little more squishy than I was hoping.
Yeah.
I think on the Miracle aspect, I kind of blame Black Knight for this, because Black Knight introduced Reflex, which made everyone like really high on Miracle on their nukes, which means that tanks are speccing into Braves like Erica Ring and stuff like that. And so Miracle is not as effective anymore for nukes.
This is some crazy propaganda. We all know it's Rhea's fault. This is all Rhea's fault, and we know it's Rhea's fault. Do not try to throw this on Tellius.
I don't think Rhea was, like, if Rhea was the reason, we would see a lot more fail smoke. I literally think it's because nukes are speccing into Miracle because of Black Knight, and therefore, tanks are running like Erica Ring or Braves or stuff like that.
It's fatal smoke, like, and then Crom, right? Crom shows up, and Crom's like, we have a Miracle problem, let me handle this. And it's like, okay, Crom, thanks a lot. Now no one can use Miracle anymore. Also, we had Feud the past like 2 SD seasons. So,
that is true, actually.
As a captain skill. So like Miracle was even weaker if it was a drive So like that's another reason too.
And they've been handing out more feud as well.
They have. They realized it's good and they can sell it. So they've been putting it on a lot of stuff. Oh man.
I'm waiting for it to be attack, speed, insight, hone, feud, and then add on whatever else that they're putting into C skills right now.
Yup. I mean, honestly, my idea for feud a few years ago was like a weapon triangle advantage feud. I think that'd be cool. Like playing more into the weapon triangle again, because they're starting to bring that back a little bit. We'll talk about more about that in a little bit with 2 units. But I do think that'd be a cool thing to have in feud. Like make specialized matchups, essentially.
Yeah, because like honestly, having a good weapon triangle does add a strategic element to it, to like the matches that you just don't get if it doesn't matter. And so, it would be nice. Obviously, they shouldn't overdo it to the point where you can only kill a red unit with a blue unit, et cetera, et cetera. But like, there should be like some impact that you notice, which, they haven't had for a while until the introduction of, I want to say, Brave Balder and Arch Rival, honestly. And so,
we're moving out of the true damage meta, and that's the biggest thing. With true damage, it doesn't matter. Weapon triangle doesn't matter. And we're moving that. We're getting a lot more boosted damage. And as we do, things like that will come back. And as well as like debuffs that we saw with Homortus, with the refines. The reason he's decent is because that boosted damage has become such a thing now. So debuffs are fantastic versus boosted damage.
True. I guess there's 2 more units on this banner. I didn't get a full Gatekeeper. I think I was actually the person highest on Gatekeeper, which is funny.
I think,
considering my history. But I think this unit's so cool. Like he's essentially like improved Brave Gatekeeper, but he has a save effect, so he can protect like your squishies, right? It's like I think that's pretty cool. I never pulled him, so I have no idea if he actually does that effectively or not. But ideally he does.
I think you put a
problem.
Go ahead.
The problem is I don't care. Like it's like as far as the priority of that role, it doesn't rank very high for me. Normally, if my front line breaks down, then I've got other problems, and that's I don't know that Gatekeeper is going to be the thing that saves me on that front.
I think it's as you said, Oblivion. Like he is really cool, but where do you actually use him? Like, how do you actually use him effectively? Literally, the only scenario that I think you can use him is like as an Omni-Tank support, which makes the save aspect of him not as impactful. And also, he does like no damage either. So, yeah.
You just gotta give him comment. Geez, DTM, like, it's not that big a deal. Just comment.
Yeah, I'll just spend 200 orbs to get comment, and boom, problem solved. I can't use that 200 orbs for anything else.
If you had invested it into a fodder bank, you would be fine.
Now, I'm going to bring up a comment on one of Satachi's recent videos when he was asking for ideas, and someone said, "Tell me how to get the summoning rates that DTM does." We all know it's not going to be 200 orbs for you, so don't even get us started on that.
Oh man. That's funny. But yeah, I think he's just like an Ether Raids offense unit. I think that's like the only place to use him. I've seen people use him in SD, but they were like jumping through hoops. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think I've seen a single Gatekeeper. Maybe one, but I think that was like super, super easy to like tank him. Or not tank him, to like nuke him.
Yeah, he was used as like a SD support unit with Comet. It was so
right.
funny.
I think I heard rumblings of that actually.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. He killed Ryoma.
That is true. Yeah. I did see that.
Yeah, I don't think he's like anything fantastic.
No.
Within the last course, we have Sather, and Sather's really interesting. I mean, I guess that's something we'll talk about as well. Is like the refine and new unit like cadence.
Yeah.
But Sather suffered from that as well. But I do think this unit, like, I was kind of underrating her a little bit, I think. Because I was kind of on the, like, perspective that because she's not a mythic, like, her value's less because she's taking up a team slot, right, on your Ether Raids offense team. But I actually ran into her in summer duels, and I think that's probably where this unit's actually the best. She's really just good with like action economy because not only is she getting an extra action for free, she's applying attack res favor, and then also she can shut off enemies' turns. So she's kind of like adding action economy to your team while taking away action economy from their team. and she nukes decently. It's not crazy, but it's good enough to kill some things, right?
Yeah.
And she has good mobility because of her like really high Kanto. So like, I'm actually pretty impressed with this unit.
Yeah, same. Like, I think I sort of slept on her as just like Sather 2.0. But
Right.
I think the action economy part of her is actually what really makes her work, and why you see her that often in SD, because it combines super well with Favor that she has, and Favor is like really, really good right now. Insanely good. And as you mentioned, the action eco swings that you get on this unit, because she now has this extra action, just makes that action eco control a lot more effective than if she just like ended turn with one unit, right? Like, because in the old days with old Sather, if you like want to use her, she's going to be stuck there essentially. But now you can have her use an action and still have the ability to maneuver to where you actually want her to be, and that just provides a lot more flexibility.
As far as Aether Raids go, I think the problem when we looked at her, we were looking at her in terms of old Sather and trying to put her in exactly that spot. And I think her favorite spot is on defense, actually, in that reinforcement slot.
God.
The thing is, I mean, you're already using the other Sather, right? But that one, you can almost save that unit to last and just have that unit hit you. And most of the units right now, they'll just laugh it off. This unit hits hard enough that you have to take her out. So that can be a problem, especially when combined with Heimdallr, because then you know it takes 2 hits to take her out, and then you've got to worry about whatever else is swarming around you.
Right. That makes sense. That actually makes a lot of sense. Okay.
Yeah, I never thought about that, actually. That's interesting.
Yay, Heimdallr. My favorite addition to the game. Oh, man.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll get to Heimdallr eventually, but we have one more unit before then. We have Emblem Edelgard in between the 2 seasonal banners. Not the emblem I was expecting, because I was hoping that we get Emblem Lucina, because again, IS has shafted Lucina all year last year. And so this was the time to turn things around, but they didn't. And so, yeah, we have Emblem Edelgard, which means that bracelets are now in play, because we originally thought that they were originally going to finish off the 12 emblem rings that we have, maybe 13 if we include Alir. But no, now we're getting into Edelgard, which means the DLC bracelets are options, so we can get Young Tiki, we can get Hector, we can get Chrom, we can get Camilla. Soren, yep. Is there anyone else that I'm forgetting?
I think that's it.
Yeah.
God help us with
Veronica.
the Camilla.
Oh yeah, Veronica.
Oh,
How can I forget Veronica? We're going to have Gotcha in Gotcha. That's going to be funny.
Gotcha. Oh my gosh. So okay, before we talk about the actual unit or like anything like that, let's put our biases aside. That's Edelgard. How do you feel about the fact that we're skipping the line?
I'm fine with it. I don't. It doesn't really bother me all that much. We always knew something like this was going to happen, but that's the weird thing to me is I was so sure that they were going to divide these up into 3 so that we got Edelgard, Dimitri, and Claude. And I'm not completely positive they're going to do that anymore, which is, I thought that was going to be like a money printing thing for them.
So I had heard that argument before, and my response has always been, where is Duo Claude and Duo Dimitri? It's been years, and we still haven't gotten those yet. So, obviously, there's some kind of bias where they don't like making money that way. They're like, no, we are Black Eagle stands. Like, we only make Edelgard.
Based. I'm here surrounded by 2 Dimitri fans here. Help me, you guys.
True. For me, the problem I have with it is, like, if we're skipping the line, it means that like units that are less popular, the chances of them getting an emblem ring is like it will happen probably eventually, but it's gonna be like a legendary male Corrin situation where you're like, oh, he finally showed up after a billion years, like, you know what I mean? And he's probably bad, just like legendary male Corrin, right? Makes me very nervous for units like Leaf and Roy, who have been like famously shafted, right? Like, am I worried about Byleth and Lucina? No, not in the slightest. But Leaf and Roy, yeah, I'm very nervous for them.
I think
I'm
Roy
less
is
worried
fine
about that. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was about to say, I think Roy is fine. Like, Roy is in Smash. He's popular. Like, they wouldn't shaft Roy. I say. As
okay.
You're right. Previous Roy.
Let's look at the history of FEH and let's talk about how often Roy's gotten shafted.
But no, like, he will appear sooner or later. Probably sooner. It is Leaf that
3 years.
It is Leaf that I think is the biggest risk of being shafted, especially since there's already precedent of it in Engage. And so, yeah, I think Roy's fine. Leaf is what we have to worry about. But honestly, the other bracelets are all relatively popular. Same with Lucina and Byleth. So I don't think there's a lot to fear there unless you're a Thracia fan, which, you know, is just life, I guess, at this point for Thracia fans.
But if we're ranking this in terms of worry, I think and in terms of Oblivion's worries, I think this is more of a Felix situation where we always knew it was going to happen, as opposed to a Stefan situation where we were amazed when it finally happened.
Okay. I don't know. I just feel like now that the gates have been open, like we're going to get, you know, all the bracelets are more popular than them. It's essentially my problem, right? Like Camilla, very popular, obviously. Veronica, very popular. Chrom, extremely popular, right? I think Soren's like the only one you could argue is like the same popularity as Roy and Leaf. The rest of them are all more popular than him. And they also seem to like those units more, right? Like we've got a billion Tikis, we've got a billion Camillas, a billion Hectors, right? So like that's what my worry is about, kind of. I don't know. Like I kind of just wish they would have stayed in the same order that we were going. Like obviously we were going to get Emblem Edelgard eventually, but like I think I would have been okay with it being a year from now instead of
now. They should have had Emblem Lucina here instead. I agree.
I wouldn't have really cared, to be honest. But maybe it's just like a matter of ideas. Like they knew exactly what Emblem Edelgard ring would do. You know, it's a pretty simple
That's
effect,
true,
to be honest.
yeah.
While Roy's could be simple but also be very toxic, so maybe they were trying to avoid that. I don't know.
Again, this is something that I really want to look into the headspace of IS4 because,
right,
yeah, I want to know like what exactly made them pull the trigger on introducing bracelets after like it being just emblem rings for so long and there being only 4 emblem rings left, which would be like a year. So,
right.
Yeah.
I think it's just money. I think it's just like they always want to do a popular female character at the end of the year. And so I think they just went for it. You know what I mean? Like,
That's true.
More popular than Edelgard.
That's probably the simplest answer.
Right? Like,
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she's probably the most popular female character in Fire Emblem. So like, yay money, I guess. I don't know. I think this banner sold like okay, right?
I believe so. Yeah. Especially considering how terrible the banner was.
Oh my god, this banner is so bad.
It was real bad.
Probably one of the worst banners ever. And the worst thing for me is they use Hinoka on this banner. And I'm like, I want Hinokas so bad, but I'm not pulling this banner for Hinokas. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's rough. And if you saw Satoshi summons, you saw how rough it could really be.
Yeah.
You know, like 17 lins or whatever.
Wasn't it 23? Or something?
Was it 20? Jeez. Okay.
Or maybe that's just in total and not like just that session.
Okay. There's a plus 10 Diamant, like a plus something Lin, and then finally Edelgard. So
yeah.
I mean that just shows you how gacha could be. And when you have a share like this, like it's just jeez.
Yeah. But on to Edelgard.
I guess when it
herself,
comes to the unit, right?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I think Edelgard as a unit and as a ring is about what I expected Edelgard to be, if I'm going to be completely honest. Like, we had Valentine's Edelgard before, and she is essentially, this Emblem one is an upgraded version of that. I'll be honest, I haven't used her that much all that often. She's still unbuilt in my barracks.
Fake fan.
Hey, Satochi's the fan,
I mean,
not
we knew
me,
that already.
What? You were just saying you were a Black Eagles fan surrounded by Blue Lions. What? What happened?
I am a fan, but you know, Lucina is my favorite, which is why all the priority goes to her. And which is why I have a +0 Spring Lucina that's unbuilt right now. But we don't talk about that. But no, like Edelgard is really nice. The Edelgard ring is really, really useful. Especially on a certain unit that we'll talk about, New Year's Balder. But the ability for her to go in with the emblem Edelgard and just stay there, be able to survive with her innate bulk, and then take out another unit is really, really good. Allowing other units essentially to be like Valentine's Edelgard in the past, I think is a really cool addition. And yeah, on the right unit, it can be really, really powerful.
I don't know if I can add to that. That's about right. Like, I thought this unit was going to be super good, and she's good. So that's yeah. The ring is fun. I don't find it to be just earth-shattering, which is, I mean, that's not a bad thing. Like, we don't want everything to be earth-shattering. So I enjoy this unit, though.
I think she's okay. Like, I think she's Edelgard again. I wish she was a little bit more unique. I kind of like that Valentine's Edelgard had like this really unique niche of turning off specials. I thought that was really cool. And then Winter Edelgard had the unique niche of like lots of fire, right?
Yep.
This one like is kind of just like a little mix of both. I wish she like had something like really unique about her, which I really don't feel like she does. I feel like she's just like Edelgard again.
Well, no, she's literally Edelgard again. Like axe armor, like.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. What I really don't like is that she's an armor. Like, why couldn't we have another infantry Edelgard? You know, I mean, we have so many armor Edelgards. We have so many green armor Edelgards. Like, she could have been like infantry. That'd be kind of cool. You know,
this is like her fourth. This is like the fourth axe armor Edelgard that we've gotten. It's like a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot. I do think it's cool. I don't find the ring. Like, it's good, but I don't find the ring that great. Like, I think it's actually like one of the weaker rings we have. Just because they're like, obviously Baldur uses it phenomenally, and Baldur's extremely powerful right now. But like, other than her, I don't really have that many units I want to use it on. Like it's not high on my priority list when I'm like building my Aether Raids team or my Summoner Duels team. I'm not like thinking like, ooh, Eldegard ring, right? I'm thinking like, oh my god, Erica ring. Oh my god, Corrin ring, right? Like something like that.
I think the main problem with the ring is that it doesn't stack with skill-based Gale Force.
Yes.
If you want to have it stack, you have to run the Gale Force Special, which basically maximizes your Gale Force actions to 2, essentially, like 2 Gale Force procs. And in an era where we've gotten like 3, 4 extra movements, like that's not that big of a deal. It would have been really, really cool. I don't think it would have even been broken to like have it not stack. Or like to have it stack, right? Like, I don't like, we're at that point where I think we can't just have it stack and the meta would be totally fine in regards to like Gale Force on Aether Raids or even Summoner's Duels, especially Summoner's Duels, since Gale Force is not as good there. There is something cool about it in that, like, I think Entwined Sharena's Shared Spoils, or whatever it's called, still works with the ring. It stacks with the ring because it is not an effect on the unit, but an effect Sharena has, and the ring doesn't like count Gale Force provided by other units, other ally skills. So that's something that's really cool.
For throwing me a bone. I appreciate you.
So they took my bone and gave it to you. They're like, here's Brave Felix, you don't get this, but Joel does.
Right.
I'm like, man, come on, man.
I really wanted to use this on Brave Felix, or any Felix, but yeah. The fact that it doesn't stack is a real bummer.
It's lame. But yeah, I think it's okay. I think she's fine. I think the skills, I haven't really had a chance to use the skills outside of Edelgard. I don't know if you guys have, but like Strat Flame and Strat Assault. The only negative thing I have to say about them is that they're both 4 skills, right? Like they take 4 slots. So you really can't get like all of them. You can only get 1 strat skill and patience, which sucks. But they seem really interesting. Like, I think Strat Assault is like super cool because it gives you essentially charge and pass. And, you know, it's like a crux effect, which is so cool. I love that. And true damage, right?
Yeah.
Super cool skill. But I only have one Edelgard, so I haven't given it out yet, the skill. But Strat Flame, I don't know how to feel about it. So what are you guys thinking about Strat Flame? Because we've been waiting for a skill that can give out true damage, right? Like an Amplat DR on an A slot, and this technically does do that.
It's really good. I mean, this is a great thing, but I mean, it's the problem is, like you said, it's very, very rare. Like, you've got it on one unit, and not everyone summoned on that banner because it sucked so bad. So even like, I ended up getting a second Edelgard, and I gave out Strat Assault to my Hector, who's my arena score bot, and it's everything you said. Like, it is a really, really fun skill. But if I'm prioritizing there, it was Strat Assault and not, Strat Flame 4.
Right.
Yeah, I think the fact that Strat Assault is not like a assault troop prerequisite or like an evolution of that is sort of a hindrance on that, and also kind of stupid. Strat Flame is really, really nice, and it is a really good addition to infantry and armors that desperately needed better A skills. I don't think it's anything too crazy, though, especially with some of the A skills we had on other movement types. That being said, like, Strat Assault is really nice. I thought when I heard that it had passed, essentially, that, wait, you can use this to warp to any space for free without worrying about anti-warp, but no, it's only within the actual charge range. It's not like to any space that you can warp to, essentially. But still, that does solve one of the weaknesses of original assault troops. So that is a really nice bonus, or like quality of life, or upgrade, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, assault is pretty nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I hope that we get like a attack speed version of Strat Flame. I don't know what that's called, or maybe it does something different. I don't really love the fire, so just give me, the true damage and the flat DR and the stats. And then maybe something else. But I've been waiting for blue skies for infantry for so long, it feels like. And instead we get it as a sacred seal, which is crazy.
Yeah. That's still so crazy to me that they have blue skies as a seal. Like,
it's not even a year-old skill, and it's already a seal.
Yeah, we haven't gotten a close counter seal yet, and we've gotten
Oh my gosh! Don't get me started on that. It drives me nuts. That actually makes me so angry. They're like trying to make sure Athos stays in his lane. They're like, we can't let Athos get too strong.
Yeah, we can't.
They're trying to ruin my plans to have the perfect farming team. For all my new mages. That's what they're really doing.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, making it a pain to SP train ranged units. Like, why do you do this, IS?
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I think it was a pretty cool banner. Like, I mean, I don't know if that's true. It's not a cool banner. It's a cool unit on a bad banner.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. But this next banner is the New Year's banner, which has some pretty. I mean, I guess we expected what units were here on the New Year's banner. And other than one, it's about as what we would expect. Right? Like, Heimdallr is Heimdallr, Valley is Valley, but Baldur is actually really, really cracked right now. Like, she is insanely strong.
Yeah, I mean, okay. I'll start with the negatives because I think we're gonna have a lot of positives. But negatives, like, they literally took Valley and Heimdallr and they were just like, switch to effects. That's it. Like, they're the same unit essentially. Like, Heimdallr's pretty much the same thing. You're using her the exact same way. I think Valley's big change is that she's red now, and red's just a better color than green most of the time, which is like, okay, cool. Baldur is the unit where she is Brave Baldur, but she's melee, and that just makes her way, way better, especially with all the other things they gave her, right? So, like, as much as I hate this banner, I did end up pulling for Baldur because she's just so cool. Like, I hate this banner so much, but Baldur, like, oh man, Baldur, you're so good.
Yeah, Baldur's absolutely amazing, and I really love how they created this niche or thematic of her of being the person that brings back weapon triangle essentially, and yeah, she just has it all. Obviously, she has the traditional red style to cover her bases with the weapon triangle with that effect that she has. I believe that she has, what was it?
Which effect?
I don't know, there's a bunch.
She has a lot. I mean, the big thing is that she has pass, right? She has pass.
Yes.
So essentially they took that skill from Hinoka, the inheritable pass with the warping, and they changed it. So now it gives bulk instead of potent, I believe, right? So that's really good for Baldur and these other like more bulky melee flyers. And it's a really, really, really good skill, just like it was with Hinoka. Like, it's so good. And you combine that with a unit who not only has like insane flat DR and bulk, but also has a Brave built into their weapon with a, you know, restriction, but still a very strong Brave there. Being able to take advantage of that weapon triangle. Also giving her insane Canto, which makes her just very easy to hit and run with, or to even hit and sit and then kill something else, then run away. I mean, she does like everything essentially, right? Which is crazy.
Yeah, like
she good.
The combination of her bulk and being able to warp in and effectively nuke, I think, is what has caused her to have a meteoric rise in the last SDR that we've had. Yeah, like I don't know what to say besides that. Like, she has really good movement with the warping provided by Heavenly Soar. She has really, really strong Canto. She also has some really, really nice support, basically converting the foe's bonuses into penalties, essentially, in combat, which is in a sort of like Crux range, which is really, really nice. Has some really nice stat swings there. Like,
just like Freya, right? Like, she's like
exactly,
Freya,
just like Freya.
It's like, oh my gosh, just penalizing your whole team for having visible bonuses, which sucks. Like, it's so strong. When it's like on one unit, it was kind of like whatever, but when you have it on a Crux and it's just the whole team getting hit by this, it's a game changer.
Yeah.
And I think my own SDR run, I ran into one Brave Baldur. I ran into a few, but I ran into one Brave Baldur a person who actually knew how to use it correctly. And it was so annoying for her to just be bouncing around the back lines while I'm trying to hit her with Ike. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was so frustrating.
Yeah.
And this unit gets like really good with investment, which is not something we love, but it is something that exists.
Yes.
Well, it means that she is such a pain in the butt in arena.
Yes,
She is. Oh my
God.
yes. I was gonna squeeze that in, and you just gave me the perfect segue. Like, this unit in arena just kills me.
I mean, I think in general, this unit's like insanely hard to kill. Like, in my SDR run, like New Year's Baldur is like my number one biggest fear, because I did not have basically any consistent way to kill her. I basically had to like apply favor and then pray that my own Baldur or somehow Brave Byleth can kill her. And yeah, it didn't end up well most of the time, especially because Brave Byleth sucks. So, you know, that was on me.
I didn't have a problem with her like killing her. Like, I decisively killed her. Like, it was not even close. But she would dance around Ike. Like, I'm like, okay, Ike's here. And she's like, I'm going the opposite direction. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to have Ike chase you. And she's like, I'm flying the other way. I'm like, stop. Like, just stay still for a second. I had to, like, run Ike at her harmonic skill and then chase her down, essentially, to get rid of her, which was so annoying. The other thing is, like, one thing I don't like is that they took her best C skill and they put it on Valley. So we have Valley over here, and she just has like this insanely cracked C skill that's literally built for Baldur, and they're like, let's separate it so you have to pull both of them, which sucks, because this C skill is absurdly good for tanky units, right? It's giving you attack speed, it's giving you flat DR, it's giving you deep wounds, like neutralizing half of it, which is really good on tanky units, and it gives you like an imbue effect. It's better than imbue technically, right? On a C slot, like it's so good. So I would love to get that for my Baldur.
But they gave her shadow shift, and I'm really like that's where
really
that's the unit you don't want shadow shift on, right? Like, this is not your unit you're using for an opening. This is your threat unit. This is the unit you want to have shadow shifted, not doing the shadow shifting.
Exactly.
So that is a little bit of a suck there. But I mean, if you're complaining about the unit itself, like, the unit's really, really strong. So like, it's kind of hard to complain how good she is unless you're fighting against her, which then you're going to be complaining the entire time.
I just like you, I summoned for New Year's Baldur because
I saw that.
Yes. After my prep stream for SDR went so terribly, I was like, okay, this is not going to work. I need something good. And then I managed to get New Year's Baldur in a respectable amount of orbs. So thankfully Crisis of...
It was like 14 pulls.
It was like 19 pulls. That's a lot.
Okay, DTM. Oh my gosh. New year, new TM. He's summoning now. We should keep TTM on the summoning streak. Let's go.
Yeah, after Satoshi saved for like a quarter of the year, it's my time to spend for a quarter of the year. Is that the...
gosh. Yes, that's the strat. Absolutely.
It's the year of ATM right here.
ATM is back and better than ever, I guess.
That's too funny.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. ATM is here. And just in time, too, because we also have the Tempest Trial Change getting rid of one F2P Tempest Trial unit, which means the ATM will definitely be in more use, I would imagine. Right?
Do we want to jump into that or we want to finish the banner first? Because I feel like once we start talking about Tempest Trial units, it's going to go on for a second.
Okay,
we're finished.
Are we finished?
Real quick, I guess. Valley, obviously very, very good. Miracle broken. And Heimdallr, now you can have 2 of them on your SDS teams.
Yep.
Yay! One for Crom and one for Alphador.
Yep.
Awesome.
Well, and she's like, for you end turners, Heimdallr is very, very good on Aether Raid's offense. I've been using her with a lot of success, obviously, but she's fun there.
I actually haven't tried that yet. I need to level mine up and try that.
I mean, that's what we said about Heimdallr. Should have been like an offense mythic because it would have been insanely strong there. But now she's here, Dex Blessable, and yeah, you can definitely use Heimdallr in that way. And yeah, as we expected, it's really strong.
And you guys alluded to it earlier, but she hits harder than you think.
Yep.
All right, do we want to talk about it now?
I guess so. Yay, Tempest. Yes, we do.
Yes. If we didn't talk about it, there will definitely be comments about it. Like during my reaction,
elephant in the room.
I didn't realize that we already had an Ash, so I just thought we had a New Year's Australia. So I didn't mention it, and that was the first thing that came up in the comments. So yeah.
That's funny. I mean, I think this is. I've seen people defend this. I think it's just a horrible, horrible, horrible change. Like, obviously, I think it's for cutting costs, right? Making a unit probably, I wouldn't say it's super expensive, but it's probably expensive, right? You have to have multiple voice actors come in for different languages. You have to have the art done. You have to actually, supposedly you have to give them a kit, but like sometimes we don't get kits really. Like we just get copy paste, right?
Right.
So like supposedly, but like, the way they did it is my biggest problem. Like, I think it's the Shadow and PM1 both brought this up. I think Shadow brought it first. But, like, the idea that they could have made these 3-unit banners and taken, like, a demote and put it on Tempest Trial. They could have taken the demote and put them on the Tempest Trial so it's easier for them to get plus 10. Like, there's so many options they could have done where it's still, like, we're getting one less unit, but it doesn't feel so bad. Mm-hmm. Giving us a unit who's 3 years old and is completely useless, and we can't plus 10 them. Right? So we're getting useless fodder. There's no fodder that's useful at all. You can't merge them, so you can't use them for arena or anything like that, or just to have a plus 10, right? You can't do that either. And they cost more grails, right? They're not 100 grails, they're 1,000 grails, and you can only get 2 copies. Like, like, what were they thinking? Like, how could this have possibly went over well?
I mean, okay. So there are pluses and minuses here. For one thing, I do not think this is a good change. So let me get that out of the way. But I think the idea that this is useless fodder is a little bit overblown. It's a Shadow on one of his videos, and I think he actually meant this as a negative, but he was going through all of the fodder that was coming up, and I got to tell you, it's better than we're getting on most Tempest Trials units. So I think that is a bit overblown. The fact that we can't plus 10 them is just stupid. I do not. It's probably my biggest complaint is that you can't plus 10 them. But the other thing, and this was something that PM1 brought off, I think this is a big negative. It limits the number of actually inheritable weapons, and that's something that they've been doing a better job of very quietly, is giving us better inheritable weapons. And the fact that there will be less of them is, it's not as good. But I am 100% with the Shadow. This would have been a fun thing where they would have just dropped it to 3-unit banners and moved that the demote over to the Tempest Trials. I think that would have been a better decision.
Yep.
on that topic of having less inheritables, I think that is a major sticking point for me, because I remember when I was reacting to this banner, I saw Setgar with Horsebow Plus having a really, really cool supportive effect of, granting basically a true damage sort of effect, which would have been really, really cool to not only get this on a bow, but also to get this on a potential Grail unit that you can potentially inherit, just like how Johanna Lance was really, really cool that you could just get with Grails and give it to basically every Lance unit. And the fact that we don't have that now, we actually have to go into this banner to summon a 4-star demote, which is not the best use of your orbs, to put it lightly. Means that for these, cool inheritables, like Horsebow Plus is really cool. Is anyone actually going to spend ore for it? Maybe if you have are a super fan of a certain bow unit, you might, but for the average player, they're never going to be able to see this cool inheritable bow. So it losing that on the Tempest Trial just loses that free way that people can just get really cool weapons for their favorite units.
Yep. And we're losing bridge fodder, which sucks as well, because sometimes you would actually get decent bridge fodder here. And then the other thing is meta units, right? Maybe twice a year, I'd say we get a meta free unit, like let's say a Gromor or Marnie or something like that, right? Now we don't have any facts yet, but there's a chance we're gonna have half the chances of getting another unit like that, right? Maybe we'll still get 2. Maybe there'll still be 2 really good GHBs, but maybe not. Maybe we only get 1 this year, right? Which I do not love. I saw people bringing up the idea of now they're gonna put that effort into GHBs, right? GHBs will be better. Well, we just got Garcia. That's not true. He has a horrible inheritable axe and okayish fodder, right? So you know what I mean? I think no matter how you look at it, I just can't see where this is a positive. Unless you're at a +8 Ash, right? If you had a +8 Ash, is the best change ever for you. But if not,
or a +8 Dino.
Right. Yeah.
I'd feel different about it if they let us +10 the unit. I think that would have gone a longer way. The other thing is, you talk about no bridge fodder. That's the biggest thing is I think some of these do have bridge fodder, but not when you can only summon 2 of them. You want more than that. So I don't understand that portion of it. But one of the things that's possible coming up is Firestorm boost. That's pretty good.
Ooh,
there was a couple of them that I thought was this. They're obviously these are chances, and we don't know exactly what it's going to be. But I think there's some pretty decent fodder that we're going to get from that. But the lack of inheritables, the fact that you can only get a couple of them, why these units? Why would it break the game to have you +10 these units? I just don't understand.
The only thing I can think of is there'd be backlash for people who spent orbs to +10 them before. That's the only thing I can think of.
That many years ago, though, I don't know.
I
don't know either. I don't know. I feel like they could have. They just didn't have to do it like this. There's just so many better ways they could have done this to make it a positive, even. Yeah,
absolutely.
They just didn't do that. They just didn't think it through very well.
I
think it sucks. But
I think it would have, maybe it would still been a negative, but it wouldn't have been to this extent if the units that we've gotten were more up to date. If we gotten year-old units, I think that would have gone over a lot better than a units 3 years ago from book 6 or book 7.
Or even giving us a choice. I know that's a crazy idea, but they could have given us codes, and you get 200 codes, and you can pick out of any seasonal unit from year 1 to Ash. That would at least allow you to have an option to pick a favorite. Right?
I would actually
take
that
better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because then you could get, I got Spring Lucina merges.
Yep,
what?
Exactly. That's kind of cool. I was about to say.
You know what I mean? That's something at least that feels a little bit better, because you're getting to pick one of your favorites. But what about people who hate Ash? And if you hate Ash, you're a bad person. But still, my point is if you hate Ash, that feels bad. You know what I mean? I don't know. And you're also just the whole thing we haven't even talked about, representation. Our representation's getting slashed super hard because a lot of Tempest Trial units are less popular male characters. So now we're just going to get less male characters overall, most likely. I think like a great example of last year, I would have just never gotten a Finn or a Randolph ult if it wasn't for Tempest Trial units. That's crazy to me that like I could have just never had that. And that's the case for a lot of people, right? Like not everyone builds every Tempest Trial unit, but I bet like at least you build like 1 unit a year, maybe 2 units a year even. Like, you know what I mean? Like those are people's favorite units. That's what makes Fae is being able to play with your favorites, right? And so for all those people who have those less than popular favorites, like their chances of getting ults are like way lower. Like Wacky. Wacky is somebody all of us know really well. He's a massive Sully fan. Like the chances of getting a Sully ult just fell through the floor. Like, let's be real, right? You know what I mean? Like that's sad. I don't love that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think any of us really like this change, and so yeah.
No, I don't think. I mean,
not.
yeah, I bet like 2 people who have, and I'm like, I don't understand you, but okay. You're allowed to have your own opinion.
You're allowed to be wrong.
right. I wasn't gonna say that, but yeah. I don't know. I'm just hoping. Like, I've seen so much copium, and I hope the copium's right. I don't really have any faith in it, but like, people are saying like we're gonna get like something big at the anniversary to make up for it, or something like that. But I just haven't seen any inklings of that yet. So maybe like, you know, we can hope.
Also another thing to consider, right? Like, because obviously there was a lot of expressions of IS wanting, or expressions from us wanting IS to revert this or somehow. But if we actually think about how long it takes to like create a unit and how long these banners were planned in advance, even if IS wanted to revert it like immediately, we wouldn't see that until like probably 8 months later from now. And so this is something that's just going to be here probably forever now, because after 8 months, we probably have moved on and forgotten all about this, which, you know, it happens.
But I think if we came together as a community, we could get a small bone thrown our way. Like, we're not going to get this reversed. I don't think that's going to happen. But I do think it's possible if we came together, we could get them to give us more than just 2 merges. I do think that's something that they would budge on.
Maybe. I was making a joke with Satoshi like chat that like they're gonna reverse it, but it's gonna be our 10th anniversary gift. They're like, the 10th anniversary of Fae, and we're bringing back Tempest Trial units. That's your gift. Like, oh great, thanks IS. Like,
I do want to know how many units they released last year, because we've gotten more double banners as well. I would love to. I thought about that and wondering how many units they actually did.
That's something I was talking about. I think it was like Satochi's like hot takes chat or like whatever it was, and I was bringing that up. Like they have actually been consistently making cuts. They've been just hiding it pretty well, right? Like, how do you make a cut without everyone noticing? You make 2 of the same unit, right? Like, okay, we're gonna put out like you know 2 or 3 balders a year. That way we can get all the voice acting done at one time, and then like that's, you know what I mean. And then we can copy paste builds, right? Heimdallr, but now Heimdallr has 2 different effects. Like, you're cutting a lot of cost on like, you know, writing code, on like voice acting, on all that kind of stuff, right? And I think they've been doing that, and now they've gotten to the point where they're actually cutting units now with Tempest Trials. Even the Harmonic Ike and Harmonic Lin, right? That's technically putting 2 units together in one, right? Saving yourself some time. So it's pretty interesting to see how they've been doing it and how we've been complaining, but it wasn't like to this effect, right? Like, it wasn't to this like level where now it's super obvious.
And that's another point, and this is a scary thing to bring up, but I started just, and we talked about this a little bit, I started crunching some numbers on how much it actually takes to run this game. And because they release so many units, it is higher than you think. Like, it is, this is not, everyone talks about how cheap this game is to run. I don't know that that's actually the case. And so the number of units is a lot, and paying artists and voice talent and all of that is that adds up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, if every other gacha game I've played, you get like 1 unit a month, 2 maybe, you know what I mean? Like, if you get 3 units a month, that's a crazy month. And Faye's putting out like 10 or 11, you know what I mean? So that can't be that cheap.
So if you, and this is,
I mean, when it comes to like,
if you want to put a number, put a number to that, as far as looking at the monthly income, the 1.5 million is kind of the number to watch. And when we start dipping below that, that's when you can start being concerned.
I don't think it costs 1.5 million a month to run Fae.
No.
If I'm going to be completely honest, I think it costs like probably $1 million-ish. That's what I imagine, because like, yeah, basically assuming there's like 12 six-figure salary persons working on this game, that leaves 900,000 for literally everything else. And I just don't see 12 art pieces of artwork costing 900,000, including VAs, like at all.
I don't think it costs that much at all. I don't think it's like $1 million per month, but like I think it's about profit margins, right? Like how much money do you want to make profit wise for it to be worth for you to run the game, or even not even to worth running the game, but to put effort into the game, right? Like, okay, yeah, we could put effort into the game and make this money, or we could put no effort into the game and make like 10% less, 20% less, right? And that's probably okay. That's fine. You know what I mean? They're fine. They're probably fine with that, which is not good for us, right?
Well, I mean, the revenue of Fae actually increased since this got, or I guess not announced because it was New Year's sort of end, but like December increased from like $2 million to $3 million a month, and so
that's correct, yeah.
But it's Christmas, right? Christmas is always like Black Friday to Christmas to New Year's is always a big time for gachas. I think all gachas get their revenue increase at that point. You know what I mean?
It's
I haven't
true, but it was a bad Christmas for Fae. If we're being honest, it wasn't a great, like they didn't do a very good job with it, is what I mean.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, I know. I think that's why they put Edelgard there. I think they literally put Edelgard there to carry. I think that's kind of what their plan was.
It had to carry that horrible banner. So
I was trying to find the revenue on that banner, and I couldn't do that. So that's I couldn't figure out where that landed.
You have to ask Flair.
Yeah, I think it did pretty normally for legendary mythic emblem. So in context, really good, because that banner really sucked. So yeah, thank you, Edelgard, I guess. But yeah. Any final thoughts on the Tempest Trial change before we move on? Or did we pretty much talk about all we wanted to talk about there?
I think we could do the EOS talk. I don't think there's really any real, like, I am a person who brings that up, but I think that at the same time, like, we're not looking at EOS anytime soon. You know what I mean? I think realistically, we're looking maybe at the end of the Ragnarok arc, which is like 2 or 3 years, right? Which is like still a lot of time.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we're anywhere close to EOS yet. I think.
And so much of that depends on Fortune's Weave. If Fortune's Weave hits, it could definitely feed Fire Emblem Heroes. So,
and then it'll last 10 more years.
But I think that's
I don't know about that.
But I think we didn't see that with Engage because it was Engage. So we
I was about to say that, but you beat me to it.
We can argue about whether Engage was a good game all day long. It wasn't a good game to feed Fire Emblem Heroes, I think, is a accurate statement.
Sure. Yeah. You're talking about the Sacred Stones banner.
Yeah, Sacred Stones.
Man, wow, we forgot that. I didn't.
We're getting there.
No, we're getting there. Yeah, that's just the last banner that we have, and boy, was it one of the banners of all time, wasn't it?
Hey, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna defend this banner. Okay. I think this is what New Heroes banners should be. We got new heroes on a new hero That's crazy. There's actually new characters on a new heroes banner. Like that hasn't happened in months. I'm very happy with that. Even if they're terrible trash, I will still take it, because Franz and Morva are finally getting representation after so many years. And Cheese is so happy. And you know what, Cheese? As a Franz fan, I'm also happy. So you know what?
Who?
Even if there's only 2 of us, that's more than 1. So I'm fine with that.
So Franz costs as much as a +10 because you have to summon him, and then you have to summon 7 other units to make him good.
It's true. It hurts. Yeah, that's very true. I mean, this banner is not great. Let's be real. It's not a very great banner. But I mean, it's not completely devoid of value. I do think like the arcane staff is really, really good.
It's actually really good.
I love this arcane weapon. Like, it not only does it have like the base powerful effects of true damage, flat DR, and like DR tread, but it actually has effects that are akin to an actual staff unit, right? Like you actually get imbue, you get 3-space dual phase cleansing. Like that's a cool staff ability. So that makes me really happy, and I think that they knocked it out of the park with that one. Preempt Amplify is crazy strong. Like I don't know if we need to make it this strong, but sure, I guess I'll take it. A Fatter Factory too, that's even crazier. And you even get Hone Assault. So like, I mean, I think that like, how good is La Rochelle? You know, who knows? But like, how good is her fodder? How good is her staff?
Insane.
Very good. Yeah.
Like you get Ice Lock, you get the Arcane Staff, you get that Preempt you mentioned, Preempt Amplify. Hone Assault's there, I guess. But yeah, like this is a supreme fodder bank.
Hone Assault's really good. That is an excellent skill. That's the one that gives out piercing as well.
Yeah, I like the true damage one more.
Yeah.
Can you get that? I don't think you could get that on a.
Oh, you might not really get a flyer.
I thought that was on melee calves. Is that?
Oh, is it? I don't know. Actually, you might be right.
You might be right. Actually, yeah. Never mind.
When am I wrong on inheritance restrictions? Because I've heard God, that happens every day, right?
Oh man. And her preference skill is pretty cool too, right? Like you were playing back into the Triangle Adept and cancel Affinity. I'm kind of down for that. I don't know how good that really is, but I'm down to play with it. You know, that's fun.
Is La Rochelle the most valuable unit from this banner? Because I think the only other competition for that is loot, but...
Hold on, guys. We've got to pause for something because I actually got inheritance restrictions right for once.
Yay!
Hey!
Melee calves.
Melee calves. Nice. All right. Good to know.
Well, okay, DTM, we all know what the most valuable thing on this banner is, right? It's the eyeball.
Right. Yes.
That's the real reason you're pulling. Like, everybody knows that. Like, you don't care about the units. I think loot's okay. What do you guys like? She's a comet nuke, right? Like she's a mage Yunaka without Brave, and she doesn't have Kanto,
without true damage,
and she gets a lot of attack. To be fair, she gets like 41 attack.
Yeah,
she's a PvE unit. I mean, that's if that's your thing, like if you love, putting crazy amounts of attack on someone and just like blasting things. This is a decent unit. Now, are you going to have this unit in any sort of meta capacity? No. But, I mean, yeah, she can be fun. I'm not going to suggest anyone go out and get her except if you want the eyeball, but she's still fun.
Hey, the eyeball is totally worth spending 200 orbs to get loot, surely.
Or 20 if you're DTM.
Well, I just summoned like 4 times? Okay, I'll try.
I spent 200 and got... this banner completely bet me over. It was so bad. Oh my gosh. As usual, typical Oblivion luck. But I got the eyeball, so that's what matters, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully, kind of. I don't know. That and the aids. I had to get my aids. So.
Yeah, this is our first aided unit since Yunaka. I want to say, like aided Yunaka. That's like a long time ago.
11 months. 11 months. 11 months nuts. For one aided unit. That's the problem I have with Entwined. Is like we did not need Entwined. We could just put in more Ascended and aided units. Like that was fine enough.
That would require IS to remember Ascended units exist, which they clearly do not.
Right. They'd rather sell us florets in the shop.
Absolutely. Yep. That's. So
didn't you suggest that idea, Oblivion, like selling them in the shop? Or
I wanted direct florets. Like I wanted to buy a floret for $10, not buy a $50 orb pack for every floret I get.
Well, they need to be in the they need to be bought with celestial stones.
Yes.
That's the real thing.
Or a battle pass, a real battle pass with Ascended floret at the end. I'm just saying IS. Yeah. Everybody else does it.
Yeah.
There's one thing that La Rochelle does that I got distracted because I was trying to remember if I got Outcry Dull right. This is the unit that will, and my plan, whenever they do the Water Chosen hero, I'm going to merge them up and have my rank 1 Riss arena run. Ooh, and La Rochelle is going to be the one who helps me out with that. So that's the real value of La Rochelle.
That's so true. That's so true. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with this banner. I hope I like banners like this where it's not super meta and they add new heroes. I'm down for that. If they want to do some more of that, I know these don't sell well, so they probably won't do that many of them. But like,
no.
IS, it's not always about the money. Sometimes it's just about making Oblivion happy. That's what really matters.
And
right?
Yes, and only Oblivion happy.
I was so busy complaining about Franz. We probably need to address the fact that we have flow refresh in the main pool, which is actually
actually that is really good.
Yes. Yeah. We also have Morva, right? Morva. Dragon scales.
Yes.
I mean,
just another
Oh my
example of IS shafting dragons once again.
I don't know about that, but like they could have made new dragon scales. They could have made
totally
like dragon
could've,
leather.
yeah.
I don't know. They could have something.
and also AR Hold Guide and Dragon Flame is something that you can get pity broken with now. So that's
okay.
it's a consolation prize, but it's there.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true. And it's Mer's dad. That's what really matters. Got Mer's dad.
Yep.
Yeah.
Has warp bubble, even though we have so much anti-warp
Oh
in the
my
meta right now.
Warp bubble in 2026. We're getting warp bubble. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'll say, as someone who hasn't played Sacred Stones and was like hooing throughout this entire reaction of the banner, I'll be like, this. I guess I'll just stick to my DTM ways and not summon on this banner, which, it's nice. It's nice.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
After-
I'll be Oblivion and pull on it.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I mean, this is one of those weapons that you look at it and literally you're like, is this really better than Arcane Outburst?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Might as well run Arcane Outburst and Barricade or whatever it's called. Just like go from there.
Well, Arcane Outburst has anti-warping in it, so you could just use that. That's the thing. Like, you're not even getting something unique with his weapon. Like, it's literally in Arcane Outburst.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
I see.
man. Yeah,
And-
it's so.
And if you stack off of bonuses, I mean, you get Resonant Blades and Resonant Shields off of Arcane Outburst as well.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's Morva, I guess.
That
Not
sure
much
is something.
else to say about Morva.
Nope.
Yeah, I think
We are in January.
we are in
You know
January.
what that means.
Yes. Do we want to talk about CYL or should we talk about the refines first?
Oh, I forgot about Refines. Oh my god.
Yes,
We have-
I was
oh
about
my
to
God.
say, like, you were like so excited about For Mortis' remix and refine. I was surprised you
There's
haven't.
so much stuff. We've gone through so much stuff. My brain's melted at this point. We had 2 months of Refines, actually. Was there anything good in December? I literally don't remember.
remember.
There wasn't.
Yeah. Figured.
Okay, well, someone is going to be like, this happened in December. How dare you? And I'm like, my bad. I forgot. So that could have been that important. With this batch of Refine, though, we got Femortis and Sather and Nithil. I think those are the 3 that like we have to talk about. The
Yes.
other ones are like fine. But like these 3 are actually really good refines, which is a good thing for the start of 2026, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that happens again next month because we're also getting more remixes next month. But what a way to start the year. Oh my gosh. These are like actually I'm really happy with them, which doesn't happen too often. So-
Yeah. Especially like after last year where it was very rare we got good refines, like starting the year off with not just 1, but like 3. That makes me optimistic. I think the one that is most impactful for me is obviously Sather, as I currently have her as a +10. Sather's still doing Sather things, just better. And, that's really, really good. I think she also has some really good support, too, as well.
Yep.
Yeah. Trying to quickly get in the...
Like the refine itself is pretty not great, but like the remix is really, really good.
Yeah.
So it makes up for it in a lot of ways.
The Refine was just epically mediocre.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, here's some true damage. Here's like
Empathy.
Like empathy's good. Hexblade's like, okay, sure. Like you really just were going for an extra bonus there, huh? Okay. But the remix, I really love the remix because it just adds all the quality of life we wanted for Sather for so long, right?
Yeah. Like Canto Distance is so good to get the end action thing on. Obviously the end turn now happens, I'm pretty sure, every turn. Yep. Yes. Has some nice true damage, has some nice supports, and Shackle being the skill that she has now is actually so insane. Shackle is actually really, really good. And the fact that we have this on Sather in combination with, you want to like enter in with her to line up someone to end their turn, which will automatically apply the shackle, just has some really nice synergy. Yeah, I'm loving it.
I think we all have her at +10, right?
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I want favor on mine.
Me too.
I think that's the
favor would have been better, but let's be real, they were not putting that on Sather, so I'll take shackle.
I'm just being greedy at this point. Like I need to update a lot of my core units, and I'm trying to figure out how. And I would have loved if they would have just given me favor and gotten it over with.
That would have been nice. That's for sure. That's definitely. I mean, this unit's great. I love the being able to end turn every turn, even if it's not the same unit, is really, really nice because it just makes it so that like there's a reason to use Sather every turn, and she's contributing not only through that but also like just really nice support. Right, flat DR is always good and stats. So like she now fits into every team for me for Ether Raids, which is nice instead of just like a Gale Force team or just like a team where I need like shut off one problematic unit.
Yep.
She's also the best like pot hound ever.
Yes.
Like, oh my gosh, you can shut down one unit and the next turn shut down a different unit and just get them pots. Like, and that is such a quality of life in Ether Raids. Like, I can't even oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for me, like, all-star Refine remix, right? Like, I don't care the Refine isn't that great. I got everything I needed and wanted from Sather, which was not something I expected. So, I'm very happy.
Yeah.
It reminds me a lot of the Crom Refine. Like if you look at it in a vacuum, the Crom Refine itself, the Brave Crom, wasn't amazing, but he didn't need much to be
exactly.
Yes. And that's exactly what we got here. Like this remix was just enough. It was very focused. It was a nice change. I am a big fan.
Me too, definitely. Then we have FOMO though.
Yes.
And I was not. Oh my god, I was scared because he was a free-to-play unit. He won a Hero Rises, got given out for free. So my expectations were low. They were really low. But we saw Nightmare Plus, and it was really good. And so it made me have some hope because, like, up until recently, we didn't really have that many armor skills. I don't know if we had any armor skills that gave flat DR in the A slot, right? It was just until Edelgard, right?
Right. I think it was just Edelgard, yeah.
So getting an A slot that not only had the easier transformation clause, which is really big for a beast, especially on Ether Raid's defense, but getting pierceable DR and flat DR in an A slot and defensive special jump like Lagoo's,
and
that's just
enough pierceable DR that it actually matters. Like, it's a lot.
Right. Exactly. So getting that and then combined with his Refine, which is not like the most crazy broken Refine ever, but it's really solid, honestly. Like you're getting effective stats. Like they're not technically stats, which you brought up in your video, Joel, like where it doesn't actually help you scale like stuff like Sturdy Beast or stuff like that. But it is good against bonus damage, right? Like because you're reducing those stats down, which is really nice. But you also just get 80% pierceable DR on follow-ups. That's a lot. So and a lot of units nowadays are running halving. They don't run like full piercing, right? They run like 50%. So that's still 40% DR you're getting from that, which is really, really solid when you start combining it with other things.
Yep.
You get 25 flat DR and then an additional 15 on specials. So like, that's good. And then imbue too, because like, why not? Let's just throw imbue on there. Like, so I think this unit's actually really solid. I've been doing some testing. I haven't done any like crazy testing, but I was doing testing and I showed it to you guys. I got him to survive Baldur. I got him to survive Camilla, Byleth. The only thing he really died to, which was weird, was like Ivy. Ivy very consistently killed him for some reason. I'm not sure why, but she just was like blowing him up like nonstop. And I was like, okay, I don't know what's going on here. There's probably some kind of thing I can optimize to make that stop, but it's really just like good. And like the thing is, like, we don't have like the best skill options for him quite yet, as usual, but we do have better options, which is like good enough in my opinion.
Yeah, I was shocked when you sent those screenshots. Like the fact that, a refined unit can withstand a lot of the meta nukes that we have besides Ivy is really, really good, especially with like the build you had. There might be like some other skills we could potentially test, or IS could potentially release in the future, like in the Valentine's banner potentially.
Please, do Valentine's Beast. I don't know why. I don't really want furry Valentines, but I'll take it if I get skills.
I guess we'll have to wait and see on that. But yeah, Famortis is looking extremely strong right now. Or the Refine is absolutely amazing. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And just for context for people, I guess, like I'm running like Sturdy Beast, like Slick Fighter, like with an outdated save skill. He's using a tier 3 save skill.
Yes.
And he was doing all of that.
Yep.
So like that's pretty good.
Yeah, you slap on Physical or Briar or Twin or whatever, and I bet the performance will be better. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah. I'm very happy with it. I still need to get him 8s. That's the problem. My banner went really bad for me. I was trying to get him 8 so he'd have like an eyeball. Because like that, what's more thematic than
right.
an eyeball for a servant.
Yeah.
But the banner hated me. So we'll see. Hopefully we can get that updated. I think the black sheep, I don't know if black sheep's the correct word. Like the hidden surprise of the Refine match has to be Niffle. Right?
It has to be Niffle. Out of nowhere, Niffle got like actually such a good Refine. It's kind of crazy. Like Frozen, Flash, and then what was it? I guess the Hrit effect or something like that.
Ice Terrain.
Ice Terrain, yes. No, not Hrit. Right. It was the Brave Robin effect. I mixed those up. Sorry.
Yes. Yep.
Brave Robin technically still has a niche, and that's just not me like being.
Does she? Does she? I don't think she does.
In places,
I was
in places.
Like what?
Until Niffle showed up and basically did her job but better. Because before Niffle showed up, she was basically the only one that can do it on defense and can do it as part of an assist skill, which means that it was a lot faster than say Ice Lock. But now Niffle can do it too, and Niffle can do it a lot also because she also provides Frozen and Flash support.
Better.
And so, and not just that, but it also gives you true damage too, which is really, really nice.
This unit's insane. I think this unit's actually insane. Like you have ice, not exactly the same as a staff unit, but you still get ice, right? It lets you do aggressive openings like Robin. You can apply Frozen up to 3 times per turn with a Micaiah ring. And Frozen is completely broken right now, if you don't know. We saw teams in SDR where they were really running Edelgard as a support unit just to apply Frozen because it swapped matchups so much.
Yep.
So having that on a unit who can do all those things. She's also a cav, which means she can use things like Shadow Shift really well and stuff like that, right? So she could be your opening unit.
She has Cancel Min too, which is really nice for that.
Yup. This unit I think is actually just built for SD. It's like an SD unit. Maybe she's on Aetherhead's defense. What do you think, Joel? Do you think she has any hope there?
No, I don't. But I mean, the problem is Corrin Ring is really all. After that, it becomes diminishing returns. But I mean, throw favor on this unit, and you want to put this unit on offense, you could probably use her there.
Ooh. Man, they need to put favor on more units. I need some favor in my life.
I'm in desperate need of more favor.
I literally have a Crom and a Lucina. That's it. I'm I don't want to kill either of them. But Lucina's getting pretty close to the cutting board at this point.
You mean Marth, right?
Lucina. There was no Lucina in this last year.
Yeah, exactly. It was Marth.
Just Lucina.
It was Marth.
I want to hear it. She's in the catalog. She is next to Lucina.
Okay, but what is the unit name of that unit? It's Marth.
I am a Fae player. I can't read, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyways, I am so excited. If Hanadi, who for those of you who don't know, is a really, really good Japanese player for SD and organizes the crew battles that the Japanese community has in terms of SD tournaments. And so I'm really excited to see what Hanadi does with Niffle. I think it will be really, really cool. And maybe Hanadi will reach rank 1 again. Please, I hope. But yeah. She was done so well.
Yeah, I'm hoping this continues. We probably get Muspel next month, right?
Probably.
The question is, can they make Muspel good? I'm not so sure about that one. Maybe.
There's a
the
chance.
Problem is fire is not as good as ice in this game by any means.
That's true.
The most likely lineup is Muspel, Rochea, Marcia, young La Rochelle, just to continue on what you were talking about with money saving. Salem, and then you got a choice between Yuri, Nerthuz, or Haether.
Does young La Rochelle have a PRF?
Yes. Remember,
yes.
she had the PRF that would put out.
Oh, young. I was thinking summer. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, she put out the flash effect,
Right. Like similar to this one, actually. Okay.
which was really powerful at the time.
It was. I remember her
was,
being on
yep.
defense a lot. Yeah.
Yep, I do too. Especially with the return and all that good stuff.
It's like, well, Muspel, like what? Like maybe he throws like fire, like Harid does in front of the enemy to like annoy them, and like gives out a lot of true damage, and maybe that's okay.
I was thinking something similar to Grommel, like true damage based off of like how much damage you've taken, which would pair up with like the fire stuff. Potentially.
Okay. Maybe. I think like for debuffs though, he'll probably do like deep wounds, which is just nowhere comparable to Frozen. You know what I mean?
I would enjoy it if it's the Harid style terrain though, where it would throw terrain on the enemy without
Right.
you actually attacking.
Right.
Just
I
throws
think that
fire
would be
everywhere.
fun.
Yeah.
I think that would be the only way to make it good, because like if it's fire around you, like that doesn't do anything. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
I mean, it'll be just like Yenfei. Be
I'll
like
say
a
it's
Camilla
just like
counter.
Muspel.
I guess.
Just like Muspel really bad. Oh man, Joe, when you made that joke about him being like a schmuck because of his voice, I couldn't breathe. I was at work and I was dying. I was like, yes, Muspel slander. I live for it. Oh my gosh. But yeah. So other than that, though, of course, the refines, we have the big choose your
Yes,
legends.
Choose Your Legends is soon. And with the upcoming release of Fortune's Weaves, it is likely that these units that are currently here competing for the number 1 and number 2 spots, this will be likely their last chance before we potentially get a Fortune's Weave sweep, unless like Fortune Weave completely bombs somehow. Knock on wood.
Don't speak that into existence.
Right, we need this game to do well. Oh man.
But yeah, I guess to start it off, what are you looking forward to in CYL? Like any hopes or predictions? What are you campaigning for?
So
I mean,
oh, go ahead.
go ahead. No, you go. You go ahead. Go ahead.
Every year they do a weird addition. And so I'm wondering who that is, and that's jokingly folks have said Sami, which I think would be hilarious.
Yes.
But that's probably my biggest. I really want to see who they add in.
That makes sense. I think if it's Sami just sweeps, right? Like it's like not even close.
I would
Right.
vote for Sami.
Yeah.
I can't see Sami losing if he gets like the option of being like summonable, essentially. I think like there's two aspects to every CYO, and it's the female side and the male side, right? And the female side is always like 3 women at each other with like a blade trying to kill each other, and like the guy side is like 2 guys drinking a beer chilling. So like I don't really know. When it comes to the guy side, I guess like some standouts are like Sigurd. I've heard a lot of Sylvain talk, Femordis, and some Black Knight talk, but not as much because everyone hates Black Knight currently, right?
Yeah.
Like he's kind of the public enemy.
Yeah.
So I don't really see his chances all that high. So like the guy side's pretty chill in my opinion.
You gotta add in Diamant. Come on.
No. I was gonna say Diamant. Diamant has 0 chance. I have not seen anyone talk positively about Diamant. Legendary Diamant was like the quietest fart to exist in FEH ever. Like he was there and then he was gone. Like I'm sorry. Like I don't think he has a single chance.
Poor Diamant.
What did he do last year? I don't think he even did top 5 last year. Did he?
Yeah, he did. He was top. I think he was top 4.
Was he? I don't know. Someone has to.
Yeah.
It's CYL 9, right?
Was it
Yeah.
CYL9? Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Diamant was number 7.
Oh, was he? Oh, good lord.
Yes.
I thought he was.
He
I was
lost
like-
to Black Knight, Sylvain, FOMO, and Sigurd.
I was like,
So, yeah,
4
he's-
seems kind of high from what I remember.
Right. So I don't think he has a chance, to be honest. And I think when it comes to the male side, I would just guess like Sigurd and Sylvain probably, but maybe FOMO like sneaks in there. I don't know. The real question is the female side, in my opinion. That's where like the real fight's happening. That's where the campaigning is going to be scary. And when it comes to that, there's a few options that really stand out, obviously. One being Ivy, right? Engage fans are desperate for a win. It's been 2 years. They are just like, please let Engage get anything. And I'm on the other side, like, please don't let Engage get anything. It'll be hilarious.
Sorry.
And then the other options are, of course, like Corrin's really popular. Or not Corrin. I'm sorry. Azura is really popular, right? And then also Tsubasa is gotten so much momentum in this past year. So I think those are the top 3. There's a chance somebody else sneaks in, like maybe Yunaka or Valencia, but I kind of doubt it, right? Like, I think it's probably between those 3.
Hilda's a possibility.
Hilda, yeah, maybe.
Potentially.
Female Alir actually has people who like her, so there's a possibility that gets, we're going
are these
pretty
people?
far down now.
I'm one of these people.
Crimes?
Me? I'm one.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, you should do a big campaign because she's going to need a lot of help.
I see the most from Tsubasa, though. That's the most noise that I've heard.
And I think if you are a TMS fan, like, I'm going to be real with you, like, what, man to man or like man to female, whoever you are, like, you guys need to come together and choose one person. You guys cannot split your votes between Itsuki and Toma. No,
Toma, I think.
Toma?
Yeah.
Toma, yeah. You guys just need to consolidate if you want Tsubasa to win, because women competition.
Mainly it's Itsuki. Itsuki's the one who normally they divide votes.
So I would do that for sure. I would say the same thing for Engage, but I want Engage to lose, so I'm not going to say that. You should all vote for Yunaka and Diamant and everybody. Just split those votes everywhere. You'll do great. Don't worry. But yeah, I think Tsubasa, if you want a chance. Azura, I don't know. I feel like Azura, she's always been there, right? Like, Azura's always been a very popular character, but I just never seen enough momentum for her for some reason. But she also hasn't gotten an ult in like a year or something, right? So maybe. I could see that. I mean, she's like a very popular character, so I wouldn't be surprised if Azura won. You know what I mean?
I guess it really depends on like if the rally for Azura is big enough for to overcome like at least one of the other 2, because yeah, Azura's kind of weird. I haven't really seen a lot of Azura campaigning for a lot of the CYLs, even though like she, as you mentioned, has always been here. So I guess it'll just depend on how hard the rally goes. Speaking of which, please bring back midterms, please. For real.
Please bring back midterms. Oh my gosh. Like, why would you not have midterms? It's like the most exciting thing. It brings everybody together. It makes it feel like an actual event. Instead of people just forgetting to vote. Like, like
or
yeah,
just
like
happening, shouting at the wall into the darkness and not getting any feedback back. No points to rally.
So, we talked about the favorites. Is there any possibility that they throw us a curveball and basically do a reset on the CYL votings, as Satachi has been talking about since at least 6 months now?
I don't think so now because of the harmonic duos kind of killed any idea I had for that, right? Like, I feel like harmonic duos are essentially that already, so I don't think we'll ever get a reset now, which is kind of sad, but at the same time, I think it's not the worst because we get representation for other characters, even if they are less popular.
Yeah.
The real question is, and this is the big one, right? This is the thing that could change FEH forever. Will Shadow's characters be votable for CYL? Because if so, we could get Brave Uma Lin again.
Yeah. We could. Yeah.
Imagine if CYL is just
it's gonna be Lin and Corrin.
Furry Dimitri, Dragon Corrin, which is just Corrin, and then Uma Lin.
And here's the reason I don't think that'll happen. I really underestimated how much the community does not like Shadows.
Yeah.
They really dislike that game.
They do. It's
it bombed really hard, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I don't think we're ever gonna. Personally, I don't think we're ever getting another Shadows banner ever again. Personally, I mean, it could happen, but I don't think it will. But you never know. I mean, maybe they think that.
I mean, I feel like they at least put in Dimitri and Corrin, who are like relatively popular, you know? Like, it has
I mean, Ike's popular, but I don't want Bear Ike, so let's not do that. I don't want to be called a fake fan because I don't have +10 for Ike. Yeah.
Okay, now I wish it happened so I can call you a fake fan after you called me that all bunch.
Hey, one thing is true, the other's not. So.
I think they have to do something. I think they recognize this is the biggest event that FEH has. In fact, if you look at views, Like the two big times for views for YouTube is when the voting starts and when the units are released. Those coincide with those are the two biggest things in all Fire Emblem Heroes. I don't think I think they'll make some sort of change. I'm curious what it is though.
I mean, the good timeline is Sami, the bad timeline is Shadows.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
We'll have to wait and see, I guess. That should be starting soonish.
Yep. I think the data mine person said the 21st, right? Or like around that time?
Yeah. 20th or 21st, yeah. It's like 2 weeks-ish. A little bit less. Yeah.
So yeah, now's the time for everyone to prep to campaign and get into the spirit of CYL. I have a question. Who are you two campaigning for? Which characters are you like rooting for?
I don't know. I guess you rallied for Sharena last year, right, Joel? And that went pretty well for you, so.
Yeah. That was like a 3-year rally process.
Right.
That took some doing. I've got to go for Tsubasa. It's the combination of, wanting Tsubasa to win and also the meme content there. The fact that you're forcing them to
acknowledge TMS.
I just that's really funny, and I like the unit. So that's the combination of the two. It's just brilliant.
And if we get her to first place in 10 years, we'll have a first TMS harmonic.
That is true. Do it for resident battles.
Oh man, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna really rally for anyone. I guess I'll probably vote for Femordis because I think the male side is weaker, so it has a higher chance of him succeeding. But if we're talking about the units that I actually want to win, that won't win, is Alencia and Black Knight. I think that would be like a dream come true to have them as Braves.
Right.
But I just don't see it happening, especially because they both just recently got ults, right? So.
Yeah. And people are still terrorized by Reflex because of Black Knight.
That's true.
Hey, Reflex is great. Don't hate him. Look. Also, the other question is how do you make Black Knight look better, right? Like Legendary Black Knight is just pure peak. Like how do you improve on that? Like you don't.
You put like a fire background or something like that. I don't know.
You just make it. I wish we could vote for Zelgius, but the community never wants to do that. So.
Right. We have Zelgius in his red armor finally. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. I would cry. I'd be so happy.
You put Black Knight in Micaiah's outfit.
Let's not do that. Lanya will have like a shipping heart attack.
I don't know who I'm going to rally for or vote for because again, Awakening's pretty much, at least all the ones that are likely to win are there. Like Anna had her chance and then, she blew it. So that was a rip. I guess I'll just vote for whoever I want, essentially. I'll have to decide on that. Yeah.
I've seen an interesting groundswell for Freya.
Really?
Oh, no. Why would you say that out loud? Don't say that out loud. No. We don't need more Freyas.
Sprinkles paid me.
Oh my, I know she did, yeah. Trying to psy up the whole audience. Oh my gosh. We have one duo Freya. We don't need another one. She's already annoying enough to deal with.
But the black dress, we need more Freya outfits like that. Come on.
Nope.
The black dress was pretty great.
It peaked that summer. We're good. That was the best. I'm good with that.
Do we think Fimbulvetter has a chance or no?
Oh, I forgot about her.
A chance, yes.
Zero. I think zero. I think she has a 0% chance. I have not heard anything about from Fimbulvetter since she came out. Not even from Satoshi, who is gooning for her. Right. So if the gooners have forgotten about her already, 0% chance.
I guess that's true.
She is not pulling a Baldur. You know what I mean? There's just no way. She's also just not interesting at all. She's literally like a robot. She's a clanker. Literally, she's just calculating the math in her head. I'm like, okay, this is so boring.
She's a mid-level boss.
Yeah, she's boring.
Yeah. All right. Well, rip the 3 OC in a row dream, I guess, or something like that. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting Choose Your Legends. Choose Your Legends 10. We'll see if IS spices it up somehow or have some new additions. It'll be really funny if Sami gets introduced and then wins, and then IS will have to figure out how to categorize Sami because Sami does not have a gender. So that'll be really, really interesting.
Beast unit. There'll be a beast unit. That's all that matters. We'll get our meta beast skill from Sami. Yes, let's do it. Oh my gosh.
Well, that's the dream. So let's hope IS does it.
Oh man.
But yeah, any final thoughts before I end it off? It's been 2 hours, so there's a lot to talk. There was a lot to
Save
talk
your
about.
orbs.
Yes.
Save your orbs. This is the month of summoning. There is going to be so many temptations. We're about to have the desert banner. We're about to have a really, really good legendary mythic emblem banner. This is also the month where we typically get like non-OC mythics, which makes me excited. Right? We could possibly get like Sephirin or Onry or something like that. Then we also just go into the anniversary, which has crazy summoning options. And then like next month after that, we hit Hero Rises, which is just like typically a stacked banner. And considering how many good options we have this year, it will probably also be stacked. Mm-hmm. So the last thing you want to do is be a broke person with no orbs. So save your orbs unless you're going to use your credit card, which I do not recommend.
Don't summon on the eyeball. Stay strong.
don't be me.
Yes. But yeah, good advice as always. Saving orbs, always my jam. And yeah, let us know down in the comments what your thoughts are on what happened in FEH this past month, and who are you looking forward to in CYL? Who are you campaigning for, and who are you expecting to win? And yeah, thank you too, as always, for joining me on this podcast. Always a great time to talk about FEH through its ups and downs. And yeah, let us know down in the comments what your thoughts are. And hopefully you all have an amazing rest of the day. See you all next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.